Okay, what is up, everyone, and welcome back to another live stream. We are going to be reviewing none other than XAUUSD or gold. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. First off, we have now formed a higher high. Let's go ahead and get a small round of applause for that because now we have a sense of market direction, which is huge for us. As we drop down now into our 4 hour time frame, okay. Um, First off, this is a great sign that we're about to start to get a bit of reversal. This right here, that's our first impulse away, and now we've broken basically two forms of structure, and I'm going to show you what the second form of structure is as soon as we drop down into our hour time frame. Okay. So this is the 4 hour, and the 4 hour looks beautiful. Again, when we start to get movement down, look at the previous areas where price started to push. We dropped like 900 points almost in some of these areas before we started getting some consolidation down into these areas. So that's definitely going to be something we keep an eye on is this bit of price. Okay, right here. Yeah, that looks good. This would be almost the next zone, but right here, I'm expecting some type of reversal or push away from the market. Um, as we drop down to our 1 hour time frame, which is our next step, this is our 1 hour liquidity zone. That's what we broke. So this was our really the first little sign that we're going to get a reversal. So our first push down, we rejected back up. If you go back and look at our other stream, this is kind of what we were talking about. Wait for that first sign of reversal. Don't think that you missed the move. The move is just starting. You only need one quality trade, two quality trades per week. So nothing's happened. Nothing's went without you. So for right now, let's go ahead and we're going to try and get a better look now. Let's take that off our chart. And first, I kind of want to show you how we were marking up in these areas today. So we had two beautiful trade opportunities. One, this extension that we had marked up in our other review, but then it formed it again right here. Okay, it formed it perfectly. And that is the most beautiful ascending that you could have taken on the 15-minute time frame. And then your short position would have been just below here, risk up above here, and then you would have looked for a target down into these areas. Just like that. And then you wouldn't have wanted to use a huge contract. You wouldn't have made sure that you had proper risk on that one. But this turned out to be a beautiful trade, kind of trickled down and it just dumped. There's a flag right here. But right now, we just got this 1 hour liquidity zone taken out. So I want to see how price either starts to form below here. Okay, maybe a flag of some sort before we head lower. Or I want to see it honestly push back up into here, maybe start to trickle up a little bit before we start to collect this to the downside, kind of giving us a bit of, flag right here. But we do have this is just such a good sign that the market's going to continue and follow momentum here. Okay. Don't go counter trend just because it starts to push up. Don't let that be the position that you try and take. Wait for it to start to form down in this area again, and then look for some shorts down into these areas. This would be, let's go ahead and fix these. Okay, let me set my microphone down. Right here, 4 hour liquidity zone. Take profit, one. And then right here, take profit two. take that one off. We're going to adjust. Take profit 3. And then we're going to look for this. Take profit 4. And now here's how you're going to play this, okay? If we start to get a, and I mean a huge, it would have to be a massive pullback here. If we get a pullback, price just retraces all the way back up into these areas. I mean, it'd have to break this right here, okay? And that would be your sign that the market wants to go ahead and head to the top side more. We would get some type of break above like this, and then we'd be looking to take a trade. That'd be the only way that we're looking for long positions right here at this point. But if it doesn't give us that and it still gives us a pullback, you want a pullback right now. You don't want to look at a pullback as like you're not sure how you should take the next short position. The pullback is going to be your friend in this scenario. You want to make sure that when it does offer a pullback, that you're monitoring the trade. And then also the key thing here is going to be looking at the time zones that you're taking it. You don't want to be executing a trade, taking a huge short position if it's in a time frame and an area that doesn't make sense. If you're taking a short position and you're just at the end of London session, or you're in between London and New York, then your time zones don't really match up. So you're not going to have a ton of volatility in order to execute on that trade, which is really going to push your trade into those take profit areas that you're looking for. That's where you're going to enter a trade. You're entering a trade at a weird time zone, and then you're just going to be stuck with a trade on your hands, just kind of floating, not in and out of profit, until eventually, you either remove yourself from the position or you get taken out of the position. So yeah, right here, this is going to be our next take profit zone on the 4 hour. We have this is just beautiful market action. Okay. So look for some type of pattern. I'm going to keep y'all updated. I'll be looking to trade early this morning at 1:30 a.m. Mountain Time. That's 2:30 Central and 3 Eastern. Okay, so that's definitely going to be the time frames that I'm looking to see what has formed. Because when the market, since it just opened up with so much momentum, let's look over here at price, okay? This is going to tell us everything we need to know. Right now, it's a negative 73%. I'm not sure if you're here on any of my other streams, but this is a good reference, this number over here on the right side of the screen. If it's at 10% to 30% between market open and 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you can expect some moves throughout the evening into London session. But since we just opened up with all this momentum, we probably won't have a ton of momentum until either London, we can check back, or we can look back in New York session to see if there's some type of price action that's going to be formed. But definitely just don't be forcing a trade because you want to participate in the market. It's okay not to be in a position until you see something that you like. You'd rather wait for that one quality setup to enter your position with the right risk, with the right amount of capital, with the right lot size, so that you can fully capitalize on the trade versus forcing into a position. You're using capital, you're haphazardly using your risk, because now you're putting more risk on the table, not just for the day, because we're long-term thinkers. You're not just putting more risk on the table for the day, you're putting more risk on the table for the week and for the month. So look at it at scale. I'm not 100% certain where we're at right now. I know it might move lower, but it could pull back. Well, if you're not certain and you don't see anything that you're used to seeing, then wait. Patience pays. We are anticipating moves, we're not reacting to moves. You would rather be on the side of the market where you know for sure that, I if you were going to take a trade, you should have taken a trade at market open, which I think even market open was like here, and like you could have taken a short into this area. But it didn't give you, if you weren't at the market, you weren't anticipating a move. It's not within your trading setup. It's not in your defined edge. Then don't just force something. You know, you're going to end up hurting yourself. You're going to ruin your mindset. And then not only that, but you look for a trade and then you don't see anything. So now you start jumping between time frames to justify, oh, should I get in? Should I not get in? If it's not in your setup, don't take it. You're going to crush your mindset. You're going to blow an account. You're going to be out of the market for the entire day. And then by the time the day come like at 9 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the morning comes around, you've already used your capital. You're out for the day because you used too much risk. You don't want to enter another trade because now your headspace is all messed up. And then you finally see a setup, and then you know you should take the setup, but you don't have faith in what you're trading. Trust in yourself in the market comes through consistency and following a plan. You have to show up for yourself in these positions and trust yourself, waiting for that position to show its hand and executing when the trade comes. As soon as the opportunity's there, you see the position, there's a flag there. There's whatever the quality is for your setup, whatever it is for you to execute on the position. Pull the trigger and then close your thing. Set a stop loss, set a take profit, and then go about your day. Don't sit there, don't watch it, don't hover over your trade. Let the market do what it's going to do. Just know that if you lose the trade, losses are just it's just an expense in the business. It's a business deal that you're willing to take because your edge was there. You already carved out room in your trading plan for risk. So that's exactly what I'm doing. This is just an impulse down. Look, even look at this, y'all. It's not the exact same scenario, but what happened here? I'm gonna grab the bar. Okay, what happened here? Look at that. About the same amount of price action movement, and then it hovered all the way to the side. So you could be trying to take a short down into this, and then the market just sits here and consolidates just like this before it wants to go lower. You don't know. You don't know until you wait for the market to tell you what it wants to do. And if it goes without you, it goes without you. And that's just how it is in trading. Nothing you can do for it. Yeah, right now, you need to be waiting for a pullback. You need to wait for the market to show its hand. Wait for a pullback into these areas. Okay? And that's all you need to be doing right now. Nothing wrong with waiting. Trading is supposed to be boring. It shouldn't be just like if you're seeking trading just for constant thrills, you're in it for the wrong reason. Trading should be boring. It's not this constant exhilarating game. You could get pullbacks. Let's see, I'm going to flip my chart back around. I think this is the best example that I could give you is this right here. Dead serious. I think this is the best example that I could give you for why you don't want to rush into a position, because the market can come back and do just like this. Sit here, consolidate. You're trying to force positions, and then you get taken out, and the market ends up going without you, ends up making its highs. Um, or sorry, I have the chart inversed right here. And the next thing you know, the market it leaves without you, and you've already wasted your time and your capital, and you're in a crappy headspace now because you didn't have the patience. And it is definitely a waiting game when it comes to the market. So I had a couple of people ask me to look at it. There was one thing I was going to look up for someone who asked me on my YouTube. They asked me if I would check out a pair for them, so I'm going to check out a pair while we're on this. So let me see what it was. Okay, here's the symbol. And I'm not gonna get on my YouTube right now, but you know who you are. You asked for this, so I'm gonna check out copper for you. Let's go out to our weekly time frame. Let's flip our chart back around. Oh yeah, copper is high right now, but I see prices coming down. Higher high, higher low. Oh, you know what? This is good practice. Y'all see me do this 1,000 times. Ready? Higher high, higher low. Look, higher high, higher low. Failed to break it right there. Went up. Guess what? Made another high, and then we just broke another high here. This one to be exact, and this is the weekly time frame. So we broke that high. So that's another higher high. So let's go ahead. Let's label this. That was our last one. We're going to drag this down here. Higher low. That's going to be my first target I would look at for short. And then do I think the market's going to come all the way down here? No. I mean, not that I'm aware of, but look at this drop that we had last time on copper in the same type of formation that it's having right now. Look, same exact pattern. Look how much we had of a drop on it, which would line up with this right here. And then if it breaks this, I would look for it to go lower. So yeah, I can definitely see a pullback on copper, seeing price come down. That's just on the daily still. Breaking some really significant lows. This is your next target right here at 41,650. We just broke this on the 4 hour. And we broke it impulsively, so we're about to get some type of price structure. So let's drop down again to the 1 hour. I got 30 seconds left. Something like this, you'll get some type of flag into this area, and then it's going to sell down into this, just under $4. So definitely not the time for if you're going to take copper to the market. But anyways, hope you enjoyed today's stream. Let me know if you want me to check something out, and I will catch y'all next session. Look for the ideas in the trading view.